going on to you, Gemini? So you have the King of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Wands. Wow. The Judgment, Knight of Swords, Three of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So you Geminis dated, like I said, dated somebody from the past, arrogant, a lot of the traits you did not want. Tried to make it seem like they knew you. They were a know-it-all. Seven of Cups, Two of Wands. You Geminis not putting up with this. You're moving forward. You got to know other people. Two of Wands, they were tripping. They were acting up, right? And these were supposed to be new people, but they was the ones that was acting up too. So guess what you did? Eight of Cups, you walked away from those people. So it seems to be that a lot of you Geminis are going through this trial and error period where what is time in your life where a lot of you Geminis are coming to realize what it is that I was telling you, that there are many forms of singlehood, right? A lot of times people think that there's only one form of singlehood and that if you're single, you're a loser. That's not true. It's not true because there's many forms of singleness, especially today where clout chasing, trying to get attention is the order of the day, playing games. How can a sincere person such as yourselves be in a relationship with people who are more interested in clout chasing and trying to protect themselves because they're so valuable, right? How can those people do that, right? Or how can you be in a relationship with a person who does that, a successful one? The answer is you can't. So what it is that this trial and error time of your life right now, that you're in right now, where you're trying to get to know all of these people, yeah, it's going to be difficult because you will find out that the realer you are is the more certain people around you are fake. And that you're going to start, the next thing for you Geminis is, a lot of you Geminis are going to understand the authenticity and the power of when someone is really being real. Because you'll start to look at a lot of people like they're fake, which they are. They are fake because most people try to act like they're something that they're not, or they'll lie. That's just the reality of the situation because they think they're lying to impress other people or whatever. But at the end of the day, when the realer you Geminis are, is the more you're going to find out that most people talk, most people say certain things, most people are not really most people like to act like they're being serious, or they want other people to take them seriously. But most of the times it's a bluff. It's a bluff. It's a bluff. They're lying, or they're trying to make it seem like they're working with something. That's the whole hard to get mentality. But it's not real. It's not real. So the thing about it is that the Ace of Wands now represents, and this is where you and just the idea of dating is going to bump heads because it's going to clash. Because a lot of you Geminis are going to start to realize most people are fake. Most people are faking the funk. Most people are not who they act like they are, who they say they are. Most people are not. It's an ego game, right? It's a Wizard of Oz throwing up illusions type of ego game. And you're right. So a lot of the times, the more real you Geminis are, it's going to be hard sometimes to be in a relationship, just in general, due to the fact that people are not rocking with you because you fake. They'll say that to you, but that's a bluff too. They're not rocking with you because you too real for them, and that in that time. But also, you're going to get to a point, Gemini, where you'll see other people faking it, and you'll get turned off yourself and be like, nah, it's a double on my part. That's what the Judgment represents. A lot of you Geminis will understand it, and you'll see it for what it is, and you'll be like, yo, a lot of people are not really who they act like they are, or who they blatantly say that they are. It's very true. Why you think I'm single? So a lot of the times, the better you strive to be, and you actually making those strides, and you actually are becoming better, you're going to find out, Gemini, that a lot of people are not very healed, nor do they want to be healed. Got a lot of dysfunctionally sick people, so to speak, running around who don't really have any way or a lot of ways of being functional. They're mess ups. So the Knight of Swords represents, but those are a lot of the times the people that you get. So because of the fact that the Knight of Swords, this is a lot of times what it is that you get. Three of Swords, you think that's the narrative. The narrative is, oh, the way that a lot of people put the narrative up, especially online, is, oh, well, you are what it is that you Geminis attract, right? You are what you attract, this, that, the third. There's something wrong with you. And the situation is, as long as you Geminis are tightening up on being more exclusive, and what I mean by that is being more of a trained eye, where you can understand and pick apart and decipher certain clues to understand if a person is good or if a person is a dub, is as long as you start tightening up on that and you take action when it's necessary, meaning you don't hang out with those people who are dubs, but you get to know further people who got something going on, or maybe you may be getting to know somebody who seems to be good up front, but then certain time, right? Certain time in when you get to know these people, you got to cut them off. You good. That whole ideology of you are who you attract. There's many forms of singlehood, like I said at the very beginning of the reading. The Three of Swords here represents the proof that I'm showing up to you, because you could be so good, like I said before, to the point where people don't want to rock with you, and they try to make it seem like, oh, it's you, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. But how do you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you explain people who get their passports and fly out of the country because they trying their hardest, trying to be decent individuals, but then at the same time, they're trying their hardest, but then at the same time, they can't really get a date because people are judging the world out of them to the extreme degree. You understand? So it's the same scenario for you, Geminis. Y'all are trying to be better upstanding people, make the change, not waste people time, not joke and laugh and get people caught up in the delusion of thinking that, you know what I mean, thinking that they're in a relationship when they're not, or that you like them when you don't. But at the same time, the Page of Swords and the Ten of Swords represent how it is that a lot of you Geminis are getting the nonsense that you were doing to other people. And it's not karma. What it is that you Geminis are starting to see what happens when you are authentic. That you're starting to see that a lot of people are boo-boo. A lot of people are full of it. And it's not an illusion, and it's real. And you're starting to see that a lot of people are really lying about it's all you, and you're the one that's trash, and you're the one this, you're the one that, you know what I mean? You know, you could be that good, I'm telling you. So let's clarify the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords represents, and because of that fact, people, Page of Swords, because of the fact that people play so much games, the Ten of Swords now represents, it seems like you're the one always getting, you know, the boo-boo end of the stick, or the not so good end of the stick. So to clarify the Ten of Swords, we have the King of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Sun, and last but not least, we have the Nine of Swords, right? Because this is a situation for you Geminis where you're starting to figure out that, again, the better you are is the more people will try to reprimand you because of their own dysfunction showing itself. So the Queen of Swords represents you got to be very watchful. You have to be very wise. You have to have a lot of experience to know who's real and who's not, and then get with the people who are real. The Sun and the Nine of Swords represents but also you're starting to realize that there's no point in wasting your time in feeling sorry for yourself when it comes to relationships that you really didn't have a chance in.